Good morning, everyone. It's August 10th, 2019. I'm Eric. So, most of you have heard by now, I'm sure, that Jeffrey Epstein has killed himself, supposedly, in his prison cell. The first couple paragraphs, maybe 3 paragraphs, and then I'm going to make my point about this particular incident. Millionaire financier and convicted pedophile Jeffrey Epstein has died in a Manhattan jail, with law enforcement sources saying he killed himself. Epstein was in custody pending trial for child sex trafficking and for conspiracy. The incident comes 2 weeks after the 66-year-old was found injured in a fetal position on the floor of his cell, with injuries to his neck. Epstein had been placed on suicide watch as a result. Let me stop right there, just for a moment. Anyone who's been in jail knows that when you get put on suicide watch, you have nothing to hang yourself with. They put you in a cell with this garment on, and you can't tie the garment in knots. You can't hang yourself with it. And there's nothing in the cell to attach it to. So there's that. Law enforcement sources told multiple news outlets that Epstein had committed suicide on Saturday morning, with his body wheeled out and taken to a New York hospital around 7:30 a.m. Epstein was arrested on July 6 and charged with sex trafficking and conspiracy. The charges against the millionaire allege that he abused dozens of young girls at his properties in Manhattan, Palm Beach, Florida, some of them as young as 14. Aside from the offenses, alleged rumors circulated of further child abuse at Epstein's private Caribbean island. All right. So, in my opinion, this is my opinion, I don't know, I wasn't there. This guy knew a lot of stuff about a lot of people. So, one of two things happened here. Either they had him knocked off, or he was rescued. I know that sounds far-fetched, but people can fake their own deaths. You can. And if you have enough money, you can make anything happen. Am I saying that that's what's happened? No. I'm just saying that it's a possibility. I'm sure Epstein had dirt on the Clintons. I'm sure he had dirt on Trump. I'm sure he had dirt on a lot of important, powerful people, or at least important in their own mind. So there's that. Tell me what you think in the comment section below. Moving on. Oh, that would happen, right? There we go. This is at the activist post. Outrage after police photograph taking wheelchairs from injured homeless and crushing them. And I'm thinking not the homeless person, but the wheelchairs they crushed. But this is the kind of behavior that law enforcement engages in, and much worse. I mean, I've had videos up, and probably still do, of cops dumping quadriplegic, paraplegic people out onto the sidewalk and taking their damn wheelchairs, among other things. This is why you cannot trust people who have any kind of authority, because they abuse it. The Stanford prison experiment proves this. Just thought I'd point that out. But this is going to be my main focus here. We're all enemies of the state, draconian laws, pre-crime, and the surveillance state. And this is coming from John Whitehead of the Rutherford Institute. The whole aim of practical politics is to keep the populace alarmed, and hence clamorous to be led to safety by an endless series of hobgoblins, most of them imaginary. H.L. Mencken, maybe. We've been down this road many times before. If the government is consistent about one thing, it is this: it has an unnerving tendency to exploit crisis and use them as opportunities for power grabs under the guise of national security. And the latest string of shootings it's going to lead somewhere, and we're going to see more of them. And this summer, at the beginning of the summer, I predicted that white people would be attacked on an unprecedented scale. And I might have been wrong about the timing, but we are being attacked in a different way. We are to blame for every mass shooting out there. Terrorist attacks, mass shootings, unforeseen economic collapse, loss of functioning political and legal order, purposely domestic resistance or insurgency, pervasive public health emergencies, and catastrophic natural and human disasters. The government has been anticipating and preparing for such a crisis for years now. And it is a part of the plan for total control. The government's proposed response to the latest round of mass shootings, red flag gun laws, pre-crime surveillance, fusion centers, threat assessments, mental health assessments, involuntary confinement, is just more of the same. If you really believe you live in the freest country in the world, you are fucking delusional. You are brainwashed. And maybe even stupid. Any one of you who go running to the poll booths to vote for these people are aiding and abetting them. You are guilty of their crimes. Just saying. All of these tactics have been employed before, here in the U.S. and elsewhere, by other totalitarian regimes, and the results were devastating. They always are. It's simple enough. It's a simple enough formula. First, you create fear. Then you capitalize on it by seizing power. For instance, in his remarks on the mass shootings in Texas and Ohio, President Trump promised to give the FBI whatever they needed to investigate and disrupt hate crimes or domestic terrorism. Let that sink in. I mean, this is the guy that all the right-wingers said was going to save us, right? What do you think about that now? Is he going to save us? No, he's not. He is working hand in hand with the Democrats, and all of the stuff we see them arguing back and forth is nothing but theater. That's it. It's for TV. It's not real. In a post 9/11 America, Trump's promise bodes ill for whatever remnants of freedom we have left. With that promise delivered without any apparent thought for the Constitution's prohibitions on such overreach. And again, they do not give a shit about the Constitution. All of you out there who clamor to this idea of a Constitution, it does no good when it's not obeyed. The Supreme Court has ruled on a number of things that should have been changed after that ruling, but never were, or never was changed. And what's the point of having a Supreme Court if you're not going to listen to them? And I can give you an example here. I think it was in 2016, 2017 time period. The Supreme Court said it was illegal to hold people in county jail with excessive bail. And do you see that changed? No, you don't. Although the damaging wrought by these power grabs has been most evident in recent presidential administrations under Trump, Obama, Bush, and Clinton, the seeds of this present madness were sown. According to Unger, in 1940, when President Roosevelt, the founding fathers of modern extra-constitutional presidential war-making, the military-industrial complex, and covert federal surveillance of lawful domestic political activity, declared a national emergency. So, they are going to come after your weapons. And they've been coming after your weapons. Every time a state institutes a red flag law, they start confiscating guns. They begin removing your ability to adequately defend yourself and your family. Now, let me ask you a question. When people work against your best interest, and they do, I think it should be obvious by now, when they do things to harm you, wouldn't you call them your enemy? Wouldn't you? Then why are these assholes any different? You continue to run to the poll booths, elect these scumbags, and with each and every generation, or with each and every new president, it's more of the same. And by the way, Trump is related, just like Barack Obama was, to all the previous presidents. Sounds to me like, there's a single family, maybe two of them, who actually rule over this world. That's what it sounds like to me. Anyway, I thought I'd share this stuff with you. I hope you have a great, great day, and until next time, kill the state, live free.